Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Welcome to the ninth chapter named Raja Vidya Yoga. In this chapter, Lord Sri Krishna reveals devotion as the supreme secret and the royal knowledge. He teaches that whoever worships him with love and faith, regardless of the caste and status, attains liberation. God is impartial yet especially close to his devotees. Through surrender and pure devotion, one is freed from all sins and reaches salvation. O Arjuna, I shall now reveal to you this most secret knowledge. Combined with realization, by knowing it, you shall be freed from all evil and suffering. This knowledge is Rajaguhya, means royal secret. This is royal knowledge. This is supreme intellect. This holistic, religious, easy, and everlasting education can be realizable by direct experience. O Arjuna, those who have no faith in this sacred path of devotion continue to wander in the cycle of birth and death without attaining me. My unmanifest form pervades this entire universe. All elements dwell in me, yet I am not actually situated in them. Yet in reality, elements are not within me. Understand my divine qualities. Though I acquire all beings, I am not existing in any of them. I am the origin of all life. O Arjuna, just as the mighty wind moving anywhere always spans the entire sky, all beings exist in me in the same way. O Arjuna, at the beginning of every cosmic cycle, all beings merge into my material nature, and at the beginning of the next cycle, I create them again. Controlling my own material nature, I create this entire multitude of beings again and again. All these beings take birth helplessly or without any other way, according to the influence of nature. O Dhananjaya, these actions of creation, maintenance, and dissolution do not bind me, because I remain unattached and indifferent and neutral towards them. O Konte, under my supervision, material nature produces all moving and unmoving beings. By this process, the entire universe keeps on revolving. Foolish people could not recognize my higher nature as the supreme lord of all beings, disrespect me by seeing my human form. Such deluded persons possess useless desires, useless actions, and useless knowledge. Being deluded by ignorance, they take refuge in demonic and materialistic natures. O Partha, the great souls taking refuge in the divine nature, worship me with undisturbed devotion, knowing me as permanent and the eternal origin of all beings. They constantly glorify me, strive with firm resolve, bow down before me with devotion, and remain ever united with me. Some performing the worship of knowledge worship me in various ways, some as considering me as soul and without a second, others worship me in many distinct forms, and still others as the all pervading universal being. I am the special sacrifice endowed with proper rituals. I am the yajna itself. I am the Swadha mantra offered to the ancestors. I am the herbs, samidas, and plant materials used in the yajna. I am the mantra recited in the yajna. I am the ghee poured into the sacred fire. I am the fire of the yajna, and I am the oblation that is offered into the fire. I am the father, the mother, the parent, and grandsire of this universe. I am the sacred syllable Om. I am the object of knowledge in Rigveda, Samaveda, and Yajurvedas. I am the goal, the ruler, the lord, the witness, the abode, the refuge, and the true friend. I am the origin, the dissolution, the foundation, the resting place, and the imperishable seed of all beings. I give the heat in the form of sun. I withhold and release the rain. I am the immortality as well as death. O Arjuna, I am both the manifest and unmanifest. The learned of the three Vedas, purified from sin by drinking soma and performing the sacrifices, seek heaven, attaining the world of Indra through their merits. They enjoy the divine pleasures of the gods in heaven. After enjoying the vast pleasures of heaven, when their accumulated merit is exhausted, they return to this mortal world. Thus, those who follow the rituals of the three Vedas, seeking desires, gets stuck in birth and death cycle. Those who, thinking of me alone, worship me with exclusive devotion, for them who are ever steadfast, I myself take care of their requirements and safety. O Kaunteya, even those devotees who, endowed with faith, worship other deities, they actually indirectly worship me, but not in the right way due to their stupidity. I am indeed the receiver and the lord of all yajna or sacrifices, but those who do not understand me in my true nature misses the real fruits of their worship. Worshippers of the demigods go to the world of demigods. Worshippers of the ancestors go to the ancestors' world. Those who worship demons and ghosts go to the respective world, but those who worship me come to me alone. Whoever offers me a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water with devotion, I accept that offering happily from the pure hearted devotee. O Kaunteya, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer as a sacrifice or give in charity, whatever austerity you perform, do that as an offering unto me. Thus, by offering all your karma or actions to me, you will be freed from the bonds of auspicious and inauspicious fruits. With the mind united in renunciation, you shall get liberated and attain to me. I treat all beings equally. I don't have hatred or affection with anybody, but those who worship me with devotion dwell in me, and I too dwell in them. Even if a person of very evil conduct worships me with exclusive devotion, he must be regarded as righteous because his resolution to devote himself wholly to me is great. He becomes righteous very soon and attains everlasting peace. O Kaunte, understand firmly that my devotee never perishes. O Partha, those who take refuge in me, even if they are born of sinful origin, women, merchants, or servants, they too attain the supreme goal, salvation. Therefore, the holy Brahmins who worship me and the righteous kings who walk on the path of Dharma certainly attain salvation by surrendering to me. Hence, worship me and engage yourself in my devotion in this perishable world filled with sorrow. Fix your mind in me. Be devoted to me. Worship me and bow to me. Unite your whole being with me. Thus devoted to me, you shall surely come to me. Thus, in the Upanishads of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, which is the scripture of Brahma Vidya and science of yoga, in the form of dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjuna, the ninth chapter named Raja Vidya Yoga completes. Thank you.